Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to 15 Good Minutes. It's your guy, Coach B, and as always, I'm here with the A-Team. JR, how are you today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Coming along.
Excellent. Freddie, what's happening, man?
And cool. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Just before we came on, just so you guys know, Freddie was bitching about the heat and how tough the conditions are in Texas. And then we go live, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. How's everybody doing? But he just finished a rant about how it's in the 90s at nighttime in his area. So our empathy and sympathy, well, it's not true for JR because he really didn't care about Freddie's heat woes. But for the rest of us, Freddie, we with you. We hope everything works out for the heat wave. How many days are we talking about there?
18 days thus far this year of over 100. And then for the next week, every day is expected to be over 100.
Before we get into some things I want to talk about with the All Star Game, let's talk a little bit about NBA Summer League. This weekend is the championship. I saw something, guys, on ESPN where apparently they're going to get rings this year for winning Summer League.
Participation trophies.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I thought too. So, I mean, have you guys watched any of the Summer League stuff? And if you have, what are your thoughts, Ben?
I've watched only a couple of games. I'm not a real big fan of the Summer League. But from what I've seen, it's competitive. These guys are really playing ball. I watched that Scottie Pippen Jr. He looks nice.
Yeah. I haven't actually watched any games. I've been keeping up with the highlights and the JR's point about the guy from Memphis. I actually like him. I don't know his name, but he was a big guy, but he was giving Holmgren the business. And I like that. I think I like it if teams get the right guy. And I think he fits the mold of what Memphis wants to do. They want to play bully ball, but still be able to kind of do everything. You know, they're not going to be the biggest team, but they're not going to be small, and you're not going to push them around, pretty much like how we saw when they were playing Golden State. So I think it's actually good. It gives a lot of guys, because a lot of these guys on the summer league teams, they're not going to make the rosters, and so they may.
That's true.
And so it's giving other teams opportunities to, okay, if a guy goes down, sign him. I definitely like what I'm seeing from Scottie Pippen Jr.
I may have seen every Summer League game. I've been following the schedule pretty heavily. Shout out to our guy, Marquise Gatson, JR. He's out there this week. And, you know, I'm looking at every team. And going back to JR's point with Golden State, let me pivot just for a second, Freddie. One of the things that came up on ESPN yesterday, and Richard Jefferson, I thought, did a really good job of blasting guys who just finished a rookie year, but now they're too good for Summer League. And the example he gave was the number one draft pick last year, the kid who went to Detroit, right, on a losing team. Why aren't you playing this year? You know, but he's there. He's there at every game, you know, blinged out on the bench watching, because now Summer League has become this thing where everybody goes. Back in the day when we used to go out to Vegas, you know, in the early 2000s, you could walk into a Summer League game. They wouldn't even charge you. Now it looks like a regular NBA game. So I say all that to say, look at Golden State. You want to know why they winning. You got Jonathan Kuminga, who just got a ring, playing out there.
Moody too. I think he had 32 the other night. Yeah.
Correct. And what's the guy's name, Freddie? I got his Wiseman, who's been hurt, out there dealing. Mm-hmm. This is like his third. He'll be going into his third year. So Golden State's, or maybe it's just their system, but their mentality is, if you're young and you need to work, this is what the Summer League is for. And some of these other teams who haven't won squat, didn't even make the playoffs, they all in the crowd and they sitting with Kyrie and, you know, they dappling up and whatnot. And I think winning is a mentality. And this is why I kind of watch Summer League. I've been impressed, and this is really hard for me to say, but I'll say it, with Paulo Banchero, and I'm not saying it's hard to pronounce his name. I'm just saying it because he's a Duke guy. He's doing okay so far, but it's early. To Freddie's point, the big kid from Gonzaga, he came out pretty hot early, Chet Holmgren, but now everybody knows, put your arm in his chest. Yes. He just knocks his ass all the way out the baseline. First couple games, nobody would touch him. Yeah. He was wheeling and dealing, but I mean, you could just blow on him and shit. He's gonna move. So I've been impressed with him. JR, New York Knicks, they got a second-year guy. Quentin Grimes is playing really well for them this year. I think he had a so-so rookie year, but he's playing well. Keegan Murray in Sacramento. Jabari Smith in Houston, I think, is putting a little bit too much pressure on himself, Freddie. As a, what was he, the third pick?
Second, yeah.
Yeah, he was third because Jaden Ivey was fourth. So he's been putting a lot of pressure on himself because he played against Banchero the first game and Chet the second game. And both of those guys did better than him. I like the kid, though. I think he came from Auburn, right?
Yeah.
If he just settles down, I think he's going to be fine. So I really like Jaden Ivey, but he got hurt. There's a lot of guys that's been hurt in summer league, but it's been some good competitive play. Are you guys familiar? Are either of you guys familiar with how overtime works there?
I saw something about sudden death or something.
First bucket wins. Seriously, we're gonna jump it up
like that. Yeah.
First one to score, game over. I'm like, yes, we can deal with
so does that mean do they consider fouls or whatever?
Yep. First to score.
No,
So if you go down and foul your man, Freddie, and he hits, it's over.
Yeah,
It's over.
I mean, I guess I kind of like that. It's
good for summer league because you just want to kind of get through it. We don't need to prolong this stuff.
No, I say it's good. It's good for television as well because television time is costly. And these games in the whole scheme of things don't really mean.
I was going to ask you, what does it mean outside of you and the rest of your coaching staff evaluating? The other thing I learned too, which I probably should have known, was that there's a lot of overseas organizations in the crowd because to Freddie's point, 80% of these cats not going to make a roster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And they're there to offer you, okay, you can go in the G League for this, or you can come over here for that.
Well, and think about this too. We got a lot of big leaguers that go overseas and play, and all of a sudden somebody gets hurt, they call back as well. You understand?
Yeah.
So it pays for you to hone your game.
Yeah.
Because it's a business for you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here this weekend. Championship, if you want to call it that. Rings, no real value to me, but it's out there. Now, what is value, what I really do like, we're here for the Midsummer's Classic with the Major League Baseball. All Star Game's coming up on Tuesday. Any thoughts on the All Star Game?
Let's look at the bigger issue: how the workers at Dodger Stadium are planning to strike.
I think that's a calculated move. They got a few days to work it out. They're going to get paid.
Yep. Right.
This might not even be an issue by the time people watch this because this is
It depends on what they want.
They want more money.
Well, right. All Star Weekend for me is always the home run derby. You got the boy and was it Pete Alonso trying to win the batting title, home run derby for the third time. That to me that's the biggest draw for me.
He's not even a starter.
Say what, JR?
He's not even a starter.
Don't have to be in the home run derby.
No, I'm talking about in the All Star Game.
Do you think he repeats for the third time? Home run derby?
Vladdy Jr. is not in it.
No, he's going up against, I can tell you who's in it. Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Braves, Stanton, Will Smith from the Dodgers, Kyle Schwarber, who's playing really well for Philly, Austin Riley for the Braves, Julio Rodriguez for Seattle, and Mike Trout, crowd favorite for the Angels.
I think he can win it again.
He has a shot, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he has a shot. I don't think he gets it though.
Yeah, it ain't no walk away.
I'm pulling for number 27. I'm just saying that right now, just so y'all know what's up. Another point, I don't know if you guys realized for the All-Star Game, which I thought was pretty cool, they now have something called the Legacy Player. And this year's Legacy Player is Albert Pujols.
When you say Legacy Player, so he's not playing.
He's playing. He gets a pass. He gets put into the.
Well, I think that's great.
I think it's awesome.
His last season.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So let him go out.
He stretched out a double the other day.
Yes, I seen him, and he can still hit too.
So he can't run.
Yeah.
I think it's good, but does that actually count against the regular roster, or is this just a bonus?
Plus one. Yeah.
Okay. Plus one. Then in that regard,
it's good.
Nah.
I think it's good too.
I'm not.
I think it's a great way to honor. It's an All-Star game. And I've always thought too, of all the All-Star games, that baseball is the one that gets it right. Because it matters. They're playing for something, and it has a lot to do, with your postseason. And I've always, hats off to the way they've gone. A couple other quick facts for the All-Star game. The Yankees this year led all teams with six players getting in. Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch again, which is amazing to pitch and field in an All-Star game. Dodger Stadium, this is the second time they've hosted. Last time was in 1980. And then to Freddie's point, at the time that we're taping right now, the workers at Dodger Stadium are going to strike before the All-Star game to try to get more money. But I do watch the game. I watch the home run derby. There's another game if you're really into baseball. The what do they call it? JR? Futures game. It's the young cats from the minors come up and they get that game. So this whole weekend, once they start going on Monday, I think is the home run derby. Tuesday's the game. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun. I'm definitely gonna watch. I think it's one of those things. Like to your point, I definitely think between the NFL, the NBA, and I do think MLB kind of gets it right. With the NBA, it's a fashion show. It's a fashion show.
NBA doesn't play until the fourth quarter,
right?
And I don't take points away from the NFL, by the way. There's no way I would put my guys in the middle of the season game that they could get hurt either. I don't watch the Pro Bowl, where I'm like, it doesn't mean anything to me, but they go way too hard to have to play a game in the middle of the season with your studs, and one of those cats could get hurt. So
no. I'm cool with it occurring after the season. I'm cool with it.
The clock says we're almost out of time. Our question of the week is, just to the folks that do follow baseball, who's going to win the All-Star game? You got to get your vote in before Tuesday at 8 p.m. Do you like the AL or the NL? We want you to weigh in on Twitter at 15 Good Minutes or right here on youtube.com/15 Good Minutes. Who do you like in the Midsummer Classic?
I'm going AL.
AL.
I'm going AL.
Yeah.
I can't give it to the AL right now. I'll think about it. But as you guys heard, 2/3 of this staff is just de facto gone American League. So I might just have to pick the National just on principle. National's not bad. I may do that. I'm just gonna put it out there. Since these two cats go AL, I'm gonna go NL, and we will let you guys know next week. You'll know as well, but give us your vote. I'd like to hear from our fans. Are you American League or National League? With that, anything before we break, gentlemen?
Not from me. Everything is good, man.
Stay cool, everybody.
Stay cool if you're not in, especially if you're in places like Texas. Everywhere else, we're pretty good. Go outside and enjoy it because they can't do it in Texas. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.